Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads and another Cards, the Universe and Everything super cool weekly evil league deck. There we go, another evil deck. I know you love these evil decks and this one I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Anyhow, as always, let's go and have a look at the deck and then we will take it into the arena and see how good it is. So there's the deck on the left. And let's go through it and check out the different cards that we've put in. So the first card up is Loch Ness. I've done this one. It is a lock deck. So we're trying to lock up our opponent. So there's quite a few lock cards in here. So Loch Ness, a mythic card, quite difficult to get. 8 for 50. On the return, your opponent's, not your remaining, your opponent's remaining cards in hand lock next turn. It's going to be pretty useful and pretty even. Next card up is another lock card. This one locks your cards and your opponent's cards. I really like it. The Eye of the Storm. On the return, all remaining cards in both players' hands lock next turn. So we need to make sure we play this deck really carefully. Then we've gone with Zengdi the Emperor. We're going to use him to unlock our cards. So it is a lock deck stroke unlock deck, I guess you could say. On the return, your remaining cards in hand lock this round and gain plus 25 until played. Cool card, that one. And then to make sure we win at some of the rounds, we need to win at least 3 rounds. We've gone with the Holy Grail. This week's energy, there's loads of energy kicking around. So 30 for 300 on the draw. Your brilliant human body cards, wherever they are, gain plus 28 until played. I don't think I've got any human body cards in the deck, but I've put that in for the 300 points. And then I've gone with Blue Dragon, a really cool card, 9 for 91, so quite powerful. On the return, an opponent's random card in hand locks next turn, and your opponent's cards, wherever they are, lose -4 until played. So pretty evil. Nice one, Blue Dragon. And then I've gone with a lock card for myself, Nostradamus. On the draw, this card locks for 6 turns, and on the play, this card gains plus 200. Going to be pretty useful. And another lock card, that card I showed you at the beginning, the Devil. On the draw, this card locks permanently. 4 random cards in your hand cost -2 permanently, and 4 random cards in your hand gain plus 20 permanently. So hopefully he will help us, or hopefully I know he will. He's going to help us build up our cards. And then on to a few more evil cards. We've gone with Volcanic Eruption, just to burn anybody that's holding any cards. 8 for 49, so expensive to play, but that doesn't matter. On the draw, you're going to gain 4 energy, and your opponent's cards in hand burn 20 until played. So any of those guys trying to hold big cards, we are going to burn them until you played. And then another lock card. This one's going to lock our opponent, Cockatrice. On the return, an opponent's random card in hand locks for 3 turns. Pretty cool. I love that card. 2 for 27, dead cheap to play as well. And then I went with another burn card. I like to see a bit of burn in during my evil decks. The Phoenix. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand burn 14 until played, and if you're losing the round, burn them 14 again. The whole point of this deck really is to really frustrate our opponent by locking up and burning his cards. Identity Theft. This one's really strong this week. 8 for 68. For every legendary card in your opponent's deck up to a maximum of 10, your cards in hand gain +4 until play. So I've been getting 40 on each of my cards pretty much every game, to be honest. And because it's a rainbow deck, no problem putting in Hemidale this week. On the return of at least 6 cards in your deck and from different albums, your cards, wherever they are, gain plus 30 this round. And then some of my big killer cards, some big points. We've got Planet X, no brainer really. If your deck is 9 or fewer space cards, which we do, we've only got 4, your space cards, wherever they are, gain 14 permanently. And if your deck contains exactly 4 space cards, which we do, give them an additional 14 until played. And as always, I've paired him up with Supermassive Black Hole and Terminator. You should know both of those cards. Supermassive, great card. For every non-space card in your deck, give your space cards, wherever they are, +3 until played. And good old Terminator, not very evil Terminator, but he will help us win. On the draw, this card gains +40 permanently. And on the return, if it's the last turn of a round, this card costs -2 permanently. And then I put in my old friend Jet Car. I'm now making it a habit to make sure I always include Jet Car. There he is, cool card. Don't forget on the play, your cards are changed to this game plus 80 this turn, and on the return you lose minus 40 for 3 turns. Do love Jet Car. And then another lock card, and locking me up this time. Your cards in hand gain plus 35 permanently, and this card locks permanently. 9 for 99, super powerful card. Great when you're playing an unlock, not overlock, or overlock, unlock, whatever you want to call it, deck. And my last card is Andronikos II Palioglos. There we go. Cool guy. On the play, your cards in hand gain plus 21 for 9 turns. And if it's after round 3, your cards, wherever they are, lose minus 10 permanently. This deck has got me to rank 1 fairly easily. And I've never had so many people quit halfway through a game, or even at the beginning of the game. As soon as I lock up a couple of their cards or set them on fire, people seem to be quitting. So there we are, rank 1 dragon, 2 shields. Let's go and play a game. We are playing Cordus. Hello, Cordus. Let's have a look. We played some really good decks. We've played some right stuff or writer stuff, whatever it is, boxing decks, all sorts, and we've done some serious damage to them. That's a great start. Look at that, Supermassive and Planet X out. Hanging Garden's already locked up. Let's say hello. Ooh, what's he playing? A ramp deck. This could be interesting. Haven't played a ramp deck for ages. I think we should be all right against a ramp deck. I can't see how he's going to get enough points, to be honest, but anyhow, let's see what we go. Okay, great, we've got Loch Ness. We can start locking up some of his cards, and what I try and do with this deck is keep one card locked up, or one of our opponent's cards locked up, pretty much for the whole game. And then if you time it right, at the end, if you get to the 5th round, which hasn't happened very often actually with this deck, I try and use Eye of the Storm, the second from the last turn, to lock up his big cards if they've been holding big cards, which a lot of people have been this week, and that really annoys them. Anyhow, Cordus, what's going on here? 155 in the lead. Here we go. There's the Holy Grail. That's going to help us win, hopefully. Nostradamus is going to lock up. I need to think a little bit here. I might just play one card and throw this round. I think that's probably the best solution. You've got 3 arts and culture cards. You've got 50 points in the bank. Haven't got enough power to play Holy Grail, so I didn't really have much choice there. Hell, Hierophant and the Fool. Okay. Could be a good game, this one, Cordus. That's a nice deck you've got there. You've still got 2 cards locked up. We're going to overlock. And now we've got Hanging Garden and Nostradamus and the Holy Grail. And we should have quite a lot of energy. Let's have a look. We have got 46 energy. So maybe we should use Cockatrice to lock up another one of his cards. I think that could be the way to go. 562. That's a nice score. That 200 buff from Nostradamus puts us nice and comfortably in the lead. His 2 cards will unlock, and we will unlock up one more card. There we go. That's going to annoy him a little bit. And he must be a little bit annoyed. 147, and here we go. My good old friend Jet Car. Devil's going to lock up, but we got Hanging Garden. I try and keep the lock cards together as much as I can sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, like this game. 258, and that boost from Jet Car plus the 147 should put us comfortably in the lead. I'm not locking up any of his cards after this. What's he got? What's that history card? Oh, interesting. Cole. Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. Okay, this game should be fairly straightforward, actually. His tower missing totally there. Unlucky. We are 300 and something in the lead. 365 in the lead. Minus 65 in our bank. So 300 in the lead. And there is Zengdi. I think we might... It's a shame we didn't get another lock card coming out there. We've probably got a big enough lead to unlock them. But let's go with this instead. Lock up another one of his cards with the blue dragon. Like I said, it just really frustrates people, this deck. And so many people just quit. So 290 plus the 366. He needs the big score. And I don't think he's got it in this deck. No. Oh, Shakespeare's Portfolio. Interesting deck you've got here, Cordus. But I don't think you're going to have much of a chance. And there we go. We lock up that card again. That's that same card's been sitting locked up all this time. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, Cordus. The deck code, by the way, is 60DUY9 if you want to copy this deck. It is quite an easy deck to put together, or actually I would say it's quite a difficult deck to put together, not an easy deck. 372, let's get the Supermassive and Planet X back round. Hopefully we can get a bit of a lead and we can play down Zengdi the Emperor. His card's still burning. What's going on here? Oh, here we go, another quitter. Oh, what a shame. Okay, let's go and have another game because disconnected. Never mind. Okay, a win's a win. Well played, Cordas. Sorry about that. Like I said, it is a bit of an evil deck. It's not the most evil deck I've ever done. Do check out some of our other evil decks. But it just seems to be something about this week where everybody's got into a rhythm playing all these big scoring decks. And then I come along with this horrible deck and they really get frustrated and quit. And it has actually stood its own. It does get quite powerful with those space cards. And if you get the lock and unlock right, you can get some massive scores. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Red Dwarf, what are you playing at? Paleontology deck. Okay, this could be good. There's some good paleontology decks around now. There's some really good cards. We'll get the Eye of Storm. Let's lock up 2 of his cards. I don't mind locking up Zengdi, and Nostradamus is already locked. Oh, he's only played 2 cards. That's a bit of a result. We're going to lock up 3 of his cards right at the start there. And they're burning away. That's great. Okay. So I didn't mind locking up those 2 cards because I wasn't going to play them. And that's a perfect hand. Look at that. Hemidel, Blue Dragon, and Identity. This is going to give us a nice lead. Interesting. Okay, those 3 cards are going to unlock. Oh, Zengdi the Emperor is going to unlock. I don't think we've really got a big enough lead. 160. I don't think that's big enough just to play 1 card, but I don't know. I'm tempted to. It is the first round. We've got 2 cards locked up. Oh, do I do 1 card or do I do... Oh, I've got 1 card, Zengdi, or I play 2 cards. I'm guessing... Come on. I'm guessing 154. We've been burning his card, so he might not have much power. Oh, that is great. We're going to overlock. And he's played Loch Ness as well. double whammy there. Sorry about that. Your Loch Ness absolutely useless for you there. And Tully Monster's doing his job for him. Okay, that's great. We are 1-0. That was a bit of a gamble. I wasn't sure if we were going to win that first round because I could only play 1 card. But sometimes you've got to take a little bit of a risk. So we can start going for it a little bit. I'm going to hold Nostradamus, I think. Let's lock up another one of his cards. Ooh, good score. Okay, this is a good paleontology deck he's got here. Let's see how far we can get with this evil lock deck. That's super massive. Such a cool card. So Nostradamus, don't forget when you play Nostradamus, you get that extra 200 buff. Oh, we got 52 power, 143 behind. I think we can probably steal this round quite easily now. And keep our 2 big cards there. 486. Ooh, good score. Okay, we're not as far ahead as I thought. In fact, we're behind. 540. Nicely played, Red Dwarf. Very good. It's a nice paleontology deck. I need to do another paleontology deck quite soon. I've only done a few. Okay, so Jet Car. I think Loch Ness to lock up 2 of his cards. And Hanging Garden. Let's go with that 340 and that buff from Jet Car. Just enough. That was quite close, but 2-0 in the lead already. That is great. We've got Devil locked up. We've still got Nostradamus. Probably should try and get him round 1 more time. We've got time. So what's coming round? Blue Dragon. The Eye of the Storm. Interesting. So Terminator, probably Nostradamus now, and Volcanic 642. Look at that score. Really nice. Really good. This should give us a nice, comfortable lead. And I think we should, fingers crossed, we should get... Oh, we won't get the Devil. We've just played Nostradamus, and I don't think the Hanging Garden's coming. That's a shame. They're all spread out. Otherwise, I would have played Eye of the Storm. But 3 good cards there. We can knock up 1 more of his cards just to frustrate him a little bit. Identity Theft. Let's get this in the right order. There we go. What's it going to give us? Oh, 255 and our 291. Okay, we do have 325 lead. I think we can go for the kill, actually. I was going to try and unlock the devil, but we might not need to. Oh, Loch Ness. Okay, well, that option's disappeared. Although we do have Zengli, but I think I'm going to play all three of these. Let's go for it. 486 and the 325. He's never going to get that. 481, a great score there, Red Dwarf. Anyhow, guys, that is my evil lock deck. Really cool. I've had a lot of fun playing it this week. Like I said, so many people rage quit. I guess that's what they call it. And it does hold its own against some of those really big decks. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know if you can make it even more evil and still make it work in this week's league, because evil is the way. Anyhow, take care, everybody. We will see you soon. Best of luck. Enjoy the game. Bye.